Welcome to another soothing journey through time and space, dear listeners. Tonight, we will explore the rich tapestry of history belonging to a remarkable city nestled in the high desert of New Mexico. The story of Albuquerque spans centuries of human settlement, cultural exchange, and dramatic transformation. This enchanting locale, with its distinctive blend of Native American, Spanish, Mexican, and American influences, offers a fascinating window into the development of the American Southwest. As we delve into Albuquerque's past together, you'll discover how this crossroads of cultures became the vibrant metropolitan area we know today. The historical significance of this city extends far beyond its regional importance, reflecting broader patterns of conquest, colonization, and cultural resilience that have shaped our nation's story. The land that would become Albuquerque was first inhabited by indigenous peoples thousands of years ago, with archaeological evidence suggesting human presence dating back approximately 12,000 years. The Rio Grande Valley provided fertile soil and reliable water in an otherwise harsh desert environment, making it an ideal location for early settlement. The ancestral Pueblo people, also known as the Anasazi, established communities throughout the region between 850 and 1250 CE, creating sophisticated irrigation systems and multi-story dwellings. By the time European explorers arrived in the Southwest, the area was home to several Pueblo communities that had developed complex agricultural societies with rich cultural traditions. These native peoples, including the Tiwa-speaking Sandia and Isleta Pueblos, had cultivated a deep understanding of the local environment and established trade networks that stretched across the region. The Spanish entrada into New Mexico began in the 16th century, when explorers like Francisco Vázquez de Coronado ventured north from Mexico in search of legendary cities of gold. Though they found no such treasures, the Spanish recognized the potential of the territory and established a colonial presence. The formal founding of Albuquerque came much later, in 1706, when Francisco Cuervo y Valdez, the governor of Spain's province of New Mexico, established a town along the eastern bank of the Rio Grande. He named the settlement San Francisco de Albuquerque, in honor of the viceroy of New Spain, the Duke of Albuquerque. The first R was later dropped from the city's name. The new villa was strategically positioned along the Camino Real, the royal road that connected Mexico City to Santa Fe, enhancing its importance as a trading post and military outpost. The original settlement consisted of about 30 families who built their homes around a central plaza, following the traditional Spanish colonial town planning model. During the Spanish colonial period, Albuquerque developed as an agricultural community, centered around the plaza, with an acequia irrigation system supporting farming in the fertile Rio Grande Valley. The San Felipe de Neri Church, which still stands today in what is now known as Old Town, was established in 1706 as the spiritual center of the community. Life in colonial Albuquerque was shaped by the harsh realities of frontier existence, including periodic conflicts with nomadic native tribes like the Apache and Navajo. When Mexico gained independence from Spain in 1821, Albuquerque and the rest of New Mexico became part of the new Mexican nation. This period saw increased trade with the United States via the Santa Fe Trail, bringing new goods, people, and ideas to the region. The character of the settlement began to change as American traders and settlers moved into the area, creating cultural tensions that would eventually culminate in conflict. The outbreak of the Mexican-American War in 1846 brought dramatic changes to Albuquerque and the surrounding territory. American forces under General Stephen Watts Kearny occupied New Mexico with little resistance, including Albuquerque, which was briefly the site of a minor battle during the war. With the signing of the Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo in 1848, New Mexico officially became United States territory, and Albuquerque's residents found themselves citizens of a new nation with different laws, language, and customs. The transition wasn't always smooth, as cultural differences and land disputes created tensions between the Hispanic population and Anglo newcomers. The arrival of the railroad in 1880 marked another pivotal moment in Albuquerque's development, transforming the once remote settlement into a rapidly growing transportation and commerce hub that would soon eclipse its colonial origins in size and economic importance. The railroad's arrival in 1880 heralded a new chapter in Albuquerque's history, fundamentally altering its trajectory and character. The Atchison, Topeka, and Santa Fe Railway chose to build its station about 2 miles east of the original Spanish Villa rather than near Old Town. This decision effectively created a new Albuquerque, often called Newtown at the time, with a distinct grid pattern of streets that contrasted with the winding roads of the original settlement. Railroad Avenue, later renamed Central Avenue, became the commercial backbone of this new district, lined with hotels, saloons, and businesses catering to travelers and new residents. The railroad brought unprecedented economic opportunities and population growth as people from the eastern United States and various immigrant groups arrived seeking new beginnings in the Southwest. By 1885, Newtown had surpassed Old Town in population and economic activity, shifting the city's center of gravity eastward. Colonel Edward Heron Stover emerged as a key figure in Albuquerque's early American period, earning the nickname Father of Albuquerque for his contributions to the city's development. As a former Union officer during the Civil War, Stover moved to New Mexico Territory and became deeply involved in business and politics. He served as territorial governor and later as a delegate to Congress, using his influence to secure federal funding and support for the growing community. Another influential figure was Franz Hüning, a German immigrant who arrived in Albuquerque in the 1850s and built a mercantile empire. His elegant mansion, Castle Hüning, symbolized the prosperity that ambitious entrepreneurs could achieve on the frontier. The city's first mayor after incorporation in 1885, Henry N. Jaffa, guided Albuquerque through its transition from frontier town to modern city, establishing essential municipal services and infrastructure. The early 20th century brought continued growth and modernization to Albuquerque with electric streetcars, telephone service, and paved roads transforming daily life. The city's pleasant climate and dry, high-altitude environment gained attention for their purported health benefits, particularly for tuberculosis patients. Numerous sanatoriums were established, attracting health seekers from across the nation, who often remained after recovery, contributing to the city's cultural diversity and economic growth. The University of New Mexico, founded in 1889, developed into a significant educational institution that shaped the intellectual and cultural life of the community. During this period, tourism emerged as an important industry, with the Fred Harvey Company establishing elegant accommodations and dining facilities at the Alvarado Hotel adjacent to the train station. The hotel became a showcase for Native American arts and crafts through its Indian building, where travelers could purchase authentic southwestern souvenirs. World War II marked another transformative period for Albuquerque, bringing unprecedented federal investment and population growth. The establishment of Kirtland Air Force Base and Sandia National Laboratories fundamentally altered the city's economy and demographic makeup. These installations, focused on military aviation and later nuclear research, attracted thousands of scientists, engineers, and military personnel from across the country. The city's population doubled between 1940 and 1950, reaching nearly 100,000 residents. The post-war years saw Albuquerque expanding rapidly into the surrounding mesa lands, with new subdivisions and shopping centers catering to the automobile culture that defined American life in the mid-20th century. Route 66, which passed through Albuquerque along Central Avenue, brought additional prosperity through tourism and roadside businesses. The distinctive neon signs that illuminated motels, restaurants, and curio shops along the famous highway created a unique visual landscape that remains an important part of the city's heritage. The cultural fabric of Albuquerque has always been characterized by its diversity and the interweaving of different traditions. The annual Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta, which began in 1972 with just 13 balloons, has grown into the largest hot air balloon festival in the world, attracting hundreds of thousands of visitors each October. This colorful celebration reflects the city's creativity and its connection to the vast blue skies of New Mexico. The preservation of Old Town as a historic district has maintained a physical link to the city's Spanish colonial past, while the Indian Pueblo Cultural Center celebrates the continuing vitality of Pueblo cultures. Modern Albuquerque faces challenges common to many American cities, including water conservation in an arid environment, sustainable development, and addressing social inequalities. Yet the city continues to evolve, drawing strength from its rich multicultural heritage and the remarkable natural setting that has attracted people to this special place along the Rio Grande for thousands of years. The legacy of Albuquerque's complex history can be seen in its distinctive architecture, from Spanish colonial adobe structures to Victorian-era buildings and mid-century modern designs. This architectural diversity reflects the multiple cultural influences that have shaped the city over time. The preservation of historic neighborhoods like Huning Highland and Barelas demonstrates a growing appreciation for Albuquerque's unique heritage. Beyond its built environment, the city's cultural identity is expressed through its vibrant art scene, culinary traditions that blend Native American, Hispanic, and Anglo influences, and annual celebrations that honor different aspects of its multicultural heritage. The Gathering of Nations WOW, the largest in North America, brings together indigenous peoples from across the continent, reinforcing Albuquerque's role as a cultural crossroads. The economic transformation of Albuquerque from an agricultural settlement to a center of high-technology research and development represents one of the most significant impacts of its historical evolution. The presence of Sandia National Laboratories, Los Alamos National Laboratory to the north, and the Air Force Research Laboratory has created a knowledge-based economy that contrasts sharply with the subsistence farming of earlier eras. The film industry has also discovered Albuquerque's diverse landscapes and clear light, bringing new creative energy and economic opportunities to the region. Tourism continues to play an important role in the local economy, with visitors drawn by the city's cultural attractions, outdoor recreation opportunities, and distinctive southwestern ambiance. As Albuquerque looks toward the future, it faces the challenge of balancing growth and development with environmental sustainability and the preservation of its unique character and heritage. The story of Albuquerque reminds us that history is not simply a chronology of events, but a complex interweaving of human experiences across generations. From indigenous peoples who first made their homes along the Rio Grande to the diverse population of today's metropolitan area, each group has contributed to the ongoing narrative of this special place. As you drift toward sleep, imagine standing at the crest of the Sandia Mountains, looking west across the Rio Grande Valley at sunset. The city lights begin to twinkle as darkness falls, each one representing a story, a family, a thread in the rich tapestry that is Albuquerque. This land has witnessed countless human dramas, triumphs and struggles, yet the mountains and the river remain constants in a world of change. May these stories of place and people accompany you into peaceful dreams, connecting you to the enduring human quest to create community and meaning